Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mount Vernon High School as we bring you Red Devils football right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Great to have you with us. Week number 2 of the high school football season. Both teams at 1-0. Red Devils picking up a convincing win at home last week against Connersville. And meanwhile, the Marauders of Mount Vernon picked up a win at home against Hamilton Heights, 44-23. And for the Red Devils, let me tell you what a three-headed monster they had last week on offense. And the freshman Drew Van Vliet had a monster night, 154 yards. He also threw for 4 touchdowns. 1 interception was a ball that was tipped, and really not his fault on the interception, but a great night for Drew Van Vliet. And, of course, Wyatt Bird did his usual business against Connersville. He loves to run the football against the Spartans. 26 carries, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Marquise Johnson. Boy, this young man has a promising future, just a sophomore. 3 receptions, 109 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the night. It wasn't just the offense, it was the defense as well, pretty much shutting things down for Connersville into that fourth quarter. Jake Haynes led the way with the Red Devils, 8 solo tackles and 11 tackles overall, and Blaine Pierce had a big defensive night as well, 4 solos and 6 assists for 10 tackles for that Red Devil defense. Now, they're going to have to play well tonight. They're up against a Marauder football team that will play 2 different quarterbacks. They have big receivers. They're not necessarily big overall, but they have a ton of quickness, and their head coach, Mike Kirshner, knows about winning. 8-4 in his second year here at Mount Vernon, but you may remember that name, the former coach at Ben Davis, when they had a ton of success, and they generally have success every year, but they were winning state championships under Mike Kirshner, 117 wins at Ben Davis, so he knows a little bit about winning football games. When we come back on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, we'll hear from head coach Tony Sonsini. We talked with Tony earlier this week, get his thoughts about the win last week and what to expect tonight. We'll take a closer look at the Marauders as well, check out the schedule and much more. Do not go away. This is the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Dargy Repair Service is family-owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Back here at Mount Vernon High School as we continue on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. We may break here in a couple of moments as they will be playing the national anthem and such coming up in just a little bit. We want to make sure that we get in the scouting report for the Marauders and also check out the North Central Conference schedule and the area schedule coming up in just a few moments as well. So while we have a moment, we mentioned Mount Vernon coming in after their win over Hamilton Heights, 44-23. You know, last year they started out 2-3 and then ripped off 5 straight wins going into the second game of the sectional before seeing their season come to an end to Greenwood 14-7. And of course, last week they played well. Garrick Slunaker ended up going 10 of 17, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. We will see him tonight. Slunaker, by the way, one of 2 quarterbacks we'll see playing here tonight. Sean Shipley, another guy can really throw the football, but maybe more of a runner. We'll see him tonight as well, so the Red Devils will have to be prepared for 2 different quarterbacks in this one here tonight. We'll keep an eye on number 14, DeJuan Langston. Langston had a big night as he went 3 receptions, 111 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Rylan Cole had a big night as well. Their running back, 5'11", 175 pounds, 19 carries, 135 yards and a touchdown. He also ended up with 23 receiving and 25 punt return and 25 interception returns. So he ended up with a pretty good night, all-purpose yards on the evening. But again, it kind of depends on what we're going to see tonight from this offense and which quarterback we're going to see. And the Red Devils will certainly have to be prepared for both of those quarterbacks and a team that can put some points on the board, as was evident last week against Hamilton Heights. On defense, want to keep a couple of eyes on Austin Lewis. Lewis helping the team last week in tackles with 6. They had a couple of players with 2 sacks, including Matt Four, Charlie Moore, and Mackay Richmond, all with 2 sacks in the game last week. So that's a look at the Mount Vernon Marauders, and we'll talk more about them as we go throughout the night. Stay right there. We'll check out the NCC and the local schedule coming up in a moment right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here tonight. The Red Devils and the Marauders, both teams again coming into this one undefeated at 1-0 after wins last week. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub. No artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven-roasted chicken. And Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. We're back on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Let's go ahead and take a look at another busy night in high school football around the NCC tonight. Harrison hosting Culver Academy. Tech has a tough one on the road at Brebeuf. We'll see Tech next week in our NCC opener. Kokomo travels to Plymouth. Kokomo got drilled last week by New Pal. Lafayette Jet plays at Lawrence Central. Logansport is at Frankfort. Marion a tough one tonight. They're at Lawrence North. McCutcheon is at West Lafayette. Anderson home against Pendleton Heights. And Yorktown is at Muncie Central. Around the area tonight, big matchup between Hagerstown and Centerville up at Hagerstown. We'll have details of that game coming up a little bit later and post-game reaction tomorrow morning as well. Winchester's hosting Knightstown, Tries at Northeastern. Union City is at Monroe Central. Lincoln hosting Union County. It's Eastern Hancock at Westdell. Shenandoah at Heritage Christian. East Central home tonight against Cincinnati Oak Hills out of Ohio. Franklin County is at Connorsville. Greensburg at Triton Central. Lordsburg travels to Taylor, Ohio. Madison is at South Dearborn. Milan at Batesville. And Newcastle is on the road at Rushville. There again, a look at the NCC and area schedule. New polls are out this week as well. Let's go and check out the latest top 10 polls according to the Coaches Association poll. Warren Central is number 1 in 6A, followed by Brownsburg, Avon, Carmel, and Center Grove. By the way, Center Grove gets New Pal tonight, the number 1 team in 5A. It's Fort Wayne Snyder, Lafayette Jeff at number 7, Columbus East, Ben Davis, and Fishers rounding out your top 10 in 6A. And 5A, New Pal, what a dominating program they have. They just put it to Kokomo last week. Then it's Cathedral, Dwenger, Michigan City, Valparaiso, Bloomington South, Mishawaka, Decatur Central, Concord, and Whiteland. In 4A, Marion is number 1. Then it's Mooresville, New Prairie, East Central, and Northwood, with Mississinewa, Lowell, Evansville Memorial, Evansville Central, and East Noble rounding out the top 10. In 3A, Chittard is number 1. Then West Lafayette, Gibson Southern, Guerin Catholic, Heritage Hills, Brownstown Central, Brebeuf, Fort Wayne Concordia, Mishawaka Marion, and Indianapolis Ritter. In 2A, Western Boone is number 1. Then Scecina, Eastbrook, Evansville Mater Dei, Triton Central, Lewis Cass, Fort Wayne Lures, Rensselaer Central, Andrean, and Tipton. And finally in Single A, Indianapolis Lutheran, your number 1 team, South Adams, North Vermilion, Adams Central, Monroe Central, Churubusco, Southwood, Park Heritage, West Washington, and Lafayette Central Catholic, your top 10 in Single A. Let's go ahead and give you the starters tonight. Let's go first off with the Red Devil defense, how they're scheduled to line up here tonight. And again, changes may be made between now and kickoff time. We'll keep you aware of that. But for the Red Devils on defense tonight, on the ends, Jewel Taylor, a 5'10", 205-pound senior, number 52. Sam Gamboa is in the middle, 5'8", 301, and a senior, number 61. Brant Thomas to the outside, 6', 225, and a senior, number 58. Blaine Pierce also will play up the middle, 6'2", 238, and a senior, number 64. Three linebackers, DeMarco Owens, 5'8", 200, and a sophomore. Jake Haynes had that 11-tackle game last week, 5'11", 210, and a sophomore. Gabe Crow will kind of fly around everywhere, a little bit in the defensive backfield, a linebacker as well. Gabe at 5'8", 150, and a senior. And the two corners, Vincent Narcisse, 5'11", 165, and a senior, number 18. John Carter, 5'11", 170, and a sophomore, number 3. Jack Guiley, the free safety, 5'8", 160, and a junior, number 4. And Clay Sides, a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore, and he will wear number 2. For the Marauders tonight, here's how they'll line up front. Again, not a big offensive line, but they are quick. Charlie Mort, left tackle, 6', 200, and a senior, number 53. Matt Four, 6', 217, and a junior, number 50. Wyatt Devine, 6', 217, and a senior, number 57. Jansen Robinson, 5'10", 204, and a junior, number 52. And Cole Herman at right tackle, 6'4", 240, and a sophomore. He wears number 79. So it's more for Devine, Robinson, and Herman across the front line from left to right. The tight end tonight will be Luke Rapay, 6'3", 181, and a senior. He wears number 82. Your receivers tonight, Ronnie Foster, 6'1", 166, and a junior, number 20. And DeJuan Langston, who we said had the big game last week. Langston, 3 catches, 111 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 6'1", 159, and a senior. He will wear number 14. And the H receiver will be Ashton Gentry, 5'7", 152, and a sophomore. Had 5 receptions for 38 yards and a touchdown last week. He has, and by the way, he'll be wearing number 16 tonight. It'll either be Sean Shipley, 6'3", 203, and a senior at quarterback, or Garrick Sluniker. Sluniker, 6'2", 190, and a sophomore, 3 touchdowns last week. And we're expected to see Rylan Cole, the starting running back, 5'11", 175, and a junior, 19 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown last week. Battle of Unbeatens here tonight. The Red Devils and the Marauders. The opening kickoff is coming up in just a moment. This has been the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Boy, beautiful facility here at Mount Vernon, Fortville. And tell you what, great place for high school football. Great facility and a lot of places to really see a great view of this game here tonight. If you're still perhaps on your way, come on up, see the Red Devils and the Marauders here this evening. We are expecting a pretty good ball game here. If the Red Devils can get off to a good start, that'll be a plus here tonight for Richmond. You know, the Red Devils offensively will count a lot on Drew Van Vliet, 4 touchdowns against Connersville last week. We'll see how that Mount Vernon defense will treat him tonight. Will they come after him like we thought maybe Connersville would try to do last week? Didn't always happen the way that we thought maybe it would. And then, of course, if you come after Van Vliet, how will Wyatt Bird respond tonight? Wyatt a little bit banged up after that game and still in the lineup here tonight for the Red Devils, who will get the football first and again will attack from right to left here this evening. Underway here in our second game of the 2019 high school football season for the Red Devils deep. Number 6, as you would expect, Marquise Johnson, Wyatt Bird deep as well. Ball at the 40, and thanks for being with us. We are underway in week number 2. A line drive kick into the end zone, and the Red Devils will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Van Vliet, 6'3", 170, and a freshman. He'll wear number 7. We mentioned Wyatt Bird, 5'8", 175, and a senior. We'll see some DeMarco Owens getting the football tonight as well. Marquise Johnson, along with John Carter, Eli Irvin. Those are just 3 of the different receivers we'll see tonight for the Red Devils. They have maybe the deepest core of receivers we've had in some time. None of them are big, but they are very quick. And we saw that last week, again with Marquise Johnson setting the tone with 3 touchdown passes. 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Talk about that offensive line coming up in a couple of moments as well. Red Devils play out of the shotgun and will all season long as the low snap, handoff to Wyatt Bird, bouncing to the outside, 25, and then he'll be brought down at about the 27-yard line. Good gain by Wyatt Bird, over 200 yards last week. Number 58, Jagger Meadows, 6'1", 200. A senior defensive end in there to help make the stop. It'll be 2nd down and about 3 for the Red Devils. We are just underway here tonight from Mount Vernon. Red Devils again with 2 to the near side. Hand off to Wyatt. This time he'll get stopped, and he may lose a yard or 2 on the play. Number 53, one of the first ones there, Charlie Moore, the outside linebacker, 6 foot and 200. So Moore steps in, gets the stop. We'll call it no gain, and the Red Devils now faced with a 3rd down and about 3. 11 minutes remaining here in the opening period of play. They will key a lot on Wyatt Bird, knowing what a game he had last week against Connersville. Red Devils trips to the near side. They'll go with 4 wide. Wyatt the lone setback. Wyatt gets the call. 1st down. 35-40, 45-50, 40, 35, and finally brought down near the sideline, making the open field tackle, Keegan LaBelle. And that may have saved a touchdown right there as Wyatt Bird, explosive on that right side. On the offensive line, Cooper Vandevender along with Sam Gamboa, Clayton Raper at center again tonight, Blaine Pierce and Branton Thomas. Red Devils have some size and some quickness in that offensive line, and they opened up a hole on the right side for Wyatt Bird, and Wyatt off to a good start. Red Devils pretty much the same formation. They'll go 3 receivers split wide to the left, 1 receiver wide to the right, and once again Wyatt Bird the lone setback. They'll hand off to Bird. This time he's going to get caught behind the line of scrimmage and stood up right there. 27, Scott Lohman, the inside linebacker, 5'11" and 192, a junior, 6 total tackles last week against Hamilton Heights, there to make the stop for Mount Vernon. So let's call it a loss of about a half yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. 9:50 to go here in the opening period of play, and the Red Devils have the football first here tonight. The Wyatt Bird long run getting the Red Devils a first down. Van Vliet again out of the shotgun. He'll work out of the pistol as well. Van Vliet to throw. Here comes pressure. Gets rid of it. And Marquise went down hard as he got caught from behind by Austin Lewis. Lewis, the senior cornerback. Good coverage and an incomplete pass. And the Red Devils now faced with a third down and just over 10 yards. We saw Van Vliet last week put a couple of footballs in between defenders. Very impressive, especially on one of the touchdown throws. And he almost got that one in there as well. So now the Red Devils empty backfield. Trips to the right. That'll be the short side of the field. Van Vliet again out of the shotgun. Pressure. That ball in the air comes out of his hand short. It was intended for John Carter, but I think that time Van Vliet just lost it. The pressure was coming, but he didn't have a good grip on the football, so that falls incomplete. 9:29 remaining. It'll be fourth down for the Red Devils, and let's see if they'll go ahead and go for it right here. It's too far out for a field goal attempt, though they do have a very good kicker in Gage Pewterbaugh. But you would be looking at a 50-plus attempt right here, so the Red Devils will go ahead and go for it instead of trying to punt and perhaps put Mount Vernon deep in their own territory. So Van Vliet will have Bird in the backfield, and there is a flag down here and our first penalty flag of the ball game. So it will be against the Red Devils as they are guilty of movement, so they'll move them back 5 yards as you see them put the football at about the 42-yard line. Last week it started out a relatively clean game, and then we saw penalties start to build up a little bit in that second half. So now the Red Devils backed up a little bit. I'm a little surprised they don't go ahead and try to punt it right here and maybe pin Mount Vernon deep, but Richmond feels at this stage perhaps they can either gain that first down or get a completion that'll be deep enough to look a little bit like a punt. They'll go to the far sideline. Ball's caught by Irvin, spins at the 10, and then brought down out of bounds. The ball wasn't a well-thrown football, but it was Eli Irvin, the 5'11", 150-pound sophomore, waited for that one to come back, and the Red Devils gamble on 4th and long and get a first down. Oh, a nice play by the Red Devils and Eli Irvin to come back on the football the way he did. So now Richmond has it first and goal at the 5-yard line. 9:19 remaining here in the opening period of play. Red Devils now knocking on the door in the backfield now for Richmond. Aquavian Allen. Hand off to Bird. Bird gets stopped. He's going to lose about 4 on the play. 53 Charlie Moore, the linebacker, in there to make the stop, or at least the initial hit. And so the Red Devils will now have it second and goal, and again a 4-yard loss on the carry. Wyatt Bird just 175 pounds, but as tough of a running back as you'll see at his size. Allen will stay in as the Red Devils now with 2 receivers to the right, single receiver wide to the left. They'll put it just about hash mark to the right side. Low snap, Van Vliet to throw. And in pattern, almost intercepted. It was intended for Carter. And in on the play, Ashton Lewis, the corner, 5'10", 158-pound senior. And looks like we may have a flag down. And the flag you see right there at the 5-yard line. See if that's going to be called against Mount Vernon. And it will. So it's going to go against the Marauders, and Richmond's going to get themselves an extra play right here. Chance now to put it at second down. We'll put the football just inside the 5-yard line. So Richmond had it 4th and long. They were able to get the first down. They get a break right here. Let's see if they can capitalize as we come up on 8:40 remaining here in the opening period of play. Allen stays in. Bird will stay in. 2 receivers to the right. There's jumping up front, and their flag's down again. And either this is going to be on the Red Devils for movement or encroachment, and it's going to go against the Marauders. So Good hard count that time by the freshman quarterback Drew Van Vliet. So now put the football at about the 2-yard line. Good drive for this Red Devil offense, and a lot of time off the clock already, as again, 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the opening period of play. Richmond again will work with 3 receivers. Allen stays in the backfield along with Bird. Second down. And goal again from the 2-yard line. Low snap, handoff Bird over the left side. And will he get in? I think he might be a little bit short. And nope, they got in. Across the goal line, touchdown Red Devils, and Richmond gets on the board tonight, leading this one 6-0. It'll be a Bird 2-yard run and a good start. What an opening session on offense by this Richmond offense. And so now Peterborough will come in to attempt the extra point and try to give Richmond an early 7-0 lead on the road for the first time this year. Wyatt Bird is the holder. Low snap. The kick is on the way, and it is perfect. And the Red Devils getting on the board here in period number 1 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Richmond 7, Mount Vernon nothing.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Well, an impressive opening drive for the Red Devils. They put in the end zone leading at 7-0, and so now the defense will get its opportunity to go up against, again, either one of the 2 very good quarterbacks they will see tonight. And when you talk with the players this week, they knew that they were going to be up against 2 different style quarterbacks. And so the defense again playing very well last week. Let's see what they can do here this evening as Richmond will tee this one up at the 40. 2 players back. One of them is number 22. We'll get him right now. That is Eric Hurd, a senior. He wears again number 22, and the other player back is number 32, and that'll be from the 5-yard line. That is Keegan LaBelle. LaBelle at the 20, 25, 30. He's got one to beat to the outside, 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Special team score by the Marauders of Mount Vernon, and it's now 7-6, 95 yards on the return. As LaBelle with the return for the score. So Richmond's defense will not get an opportunity here tonight until the next offensive play by the Marauders. The extra point attempt is on the way with the left-footed kicker. It is good by A.J. Swingle. And just like that, we are tied at 7 apiece on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Knotted at 7. This is Richmond football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
LaBelle, the 95-yard touchdown return, and just like that, we're tied at 7 apiece. Boy, once he got by that first line, he knew he had Peterborough to beat, and Gage gave it a shot on the sideline, but just could not bring him down. And so the special teams giving up a score here tonight. And now the Red Devils will get it back.
plus club card at the administrative office during business hours.
One of those deep, Marquise Johnson. Wyatt Bird deep as well for the Red Devils. It'll be a short kick. Johnson at about the 10. 15-20 to the outside, 25, brought down near the 32. So Richmond will have pretty good field position in their second offensive possession of the night.
Turning that ball is Johnson.
Red Devils had a great drive to open up the ball game. Gage is 17 today. Gage Purdebaugh, 17 years old. I'm only 20 years older than him. First down, Red Devils. Trips to the near side. Single receiver, split wide right. Red Devils work at hash mark to the right as well. And again, we'll see Van Winkle, and I tell you what, a low snap for Van Vliet, as that will cost the Red Devils there. It's going to be second down. We saw Richmond a little bit yesterday in practice, and the snaps were high yesterday, and I know Coach was getting on his center a little bit more yesterday about those snaps on a Thursday, so there was some concern there. So now after the loss of 4, it'll be second down and 14. Van Vliet once again with Wyatt Bird in the backfield, this time 4 wide. Wide gets the call, has a hole. 35-40, and should get the first down out to about the 42. Another good run by Wyatt Bird, and so far Mount Vernon does not have an answer for Wyatt Bird here tonight, coming off that 200-yard performance plus last week against Connersville and continuing it here tonight. Ben Scheimer, 4, Williams and Meadows up front for Mount Vernon. They have Charlie Moore, who we've mentioned already a couple of times, one of their top linebackers, along with Lohman and Robinson, their 3 main linebackers. Red Devils will go with trips to the bottom of your screen. Wyatt Bird, the lone setback. Van Vliet handing off to Bird. Spins, it'll be brought down. May get back to the line of scrimmage, and making the stop coming up, Keegan LaBelle, who just ran that football back off the kickoff for a touchdown. LaBelle, the strong safety, able to make the stop as we come up on 6:49 remaining in the opening period of play. And we're going to call it now second down and 10. The Red Devils had a 4th down and 10 earlier. They converted and later scored in their first drive. 2 receivers again, split wide each side. Low snap again for Van Vliet. Handoff. Breaking a tackle will be Bird, and he gets the first down all the way down to near the 45-yard line. So Wyatt could have been stopped for no gain or perhaps even a loss, but able to break a tackle there at the line of scrimmage and get a Red Devil first down. So Wyatt Bird having a big night again for Richmond here this evening. I mentioned Wyatt at only 175 pounds and is a little bit banged up going into this one here tonight, but he is as strong as anyone for his size. So now Richmond again in the Mount Vernon territory. Will put it at the 46-yard line. Keep an eye on Marquise Johnson. He is split wide to the right, and now whistles will stop play, and there is a flag down. The back judge throwing the whistles. I'm not sure if that was just a timeout, so no flag there. The Red Devils are going to get a timeout. We will take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We're tied at 7.
Think about the moments in your life, moments you might miss if you become ill. People often ignore their own health, even when their body is telling them something isn't right. Routine health screenings could be the difference between catching it early when it's more treatable or waiting until it's too late. Make time to have an annual wellness visit. Keep up with routine screenings so you don't miss out on any of your moments. Reed Health's team of experts can keep you in control of your health, making sure you stay right where you belong. Reed Health, right beside you.
Reminder, next week we are back home. The NCC openers, the Red Devils will take on Indianapolis Tech. 6:30 will be the pregame, and once again, kickoff time will get underway at 7 o'clock. And, of course, this week, don't forget to join us for Inside Richmond Football with head coach Tony Sonsini every Thursday, as we'll talk with the head coach and also talk with the players later in the week as well. After the Red Devil timeout, Red Devils go trips to the far side. Low snap again, and that's going to cost the Red Devils. Van Vliet goes down. And, boy, somewhere the Red Devils are having a real hard time getting that football where they want it to be. And the Red Devils lose some big-time yardage right there. Caden Bensheimer, the linebacker to the outside, 5'11", 170 pounds, able to get the sack right there. But, again, it was another low snap that ended up costing Van Vliet an opportunity to get anything going on offense. So now the Red Devils faced with a 2nd down and 15. And we have seen now a low snap at least 3 times here tonight from Clayton Raper. It is a turf field, a low snap again, hand off to Bird. Bird 45, down to the 40-yard line. Another nice run by Wyatt Bird will set the Red Devils up now at 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5 for a 1st down. Well, the Red Devils right now for Drew Van Vliet, he's having a difficult time here in this opening period only because of the low snaps we've seen so far from the center Clayton Raper, who generally is very reliable in snapping the football. Now, of course, Blaine Pierce, who's playing at left tackle tonight, was the center and has been the center over the last 3 years. They may not hesitate to move him back over there. There's a better snap. This time, Bird went the wrong way. Van Vliet will go down. Jared Williams gets an easy sack, and there was a miscommunication on that play. And now the Red Devils faced with a 4th down with the football at the 46-yard line. So this time, Gage Puterbaugh will come in, and Red Devils will punt the football away. 2 deep now for Mount Vernon. One of those will be Rylan Cole, number 25. The other one is number 16, Ashton Gentry. As this one is high in the air, and a good kick inside the 20 by Puterbaugh, and they will officially put this at the 11-yard line. So an excellent punt by Puterbaugh. And now we're going to see Mount Vernon for the first time tonight. Their offense has been on the sidelines since that long drive by Richmond in their first possession. They've had 2 possessions, and, of course, the touchdown return off of the kickoff return for the touchdown for Mount Vernon. So now we'll see their offense for the first time here tonight. The pitch, this will be Cole to the outside. Cole, the cutback. He'll get a couple and not much there against the Red Devils. Well, one of those players coming up for the Red Devils, Jack Guiley, had 6 tackles last week. And by the way, Garrick Sluneker is the starting quarterback. 3 touchdowns, 191 yards of total offense last week. So he was under center the first time. This time he'll work out of the pistol. Quick drop, and over the middle. Ball's going to be caught. Stiff arm, 30, 35, and he may go all the way. Number 82, Luke Rapé. No one's going to catch him in a touchdown. 87 yards in the score, and Mount Vernon now leads it 13-7. So the long touchdown, and all of a sudden we've seen 2 big plays by Mount Vernon. The return by LaBelle. Rapp also now with the touchdown, and it is now Mount Vernon leading at 13-7. Extra point attempt is on the way. It is good. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Mount Vernon, 2 big plays leading at 14-7. This is Richmond football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day. and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Back here at Mount Vernon. Of course, they had a little bit of an issue before we got here. Their streets and campus blocked off because of a student threat earlier in the day. In fact, it I think happened right after school, so it took us a little bit longer to get in. And the Red Devils got here. Buses pulled up maybe a little bit later than they had hoped because of everybody delayed out on the highway for a while, but all the fans got in time, and now the Red Devils trail for the first time here tonight. Marquise Johnson fumbles the football inside the 10. Once he recovers, he gets beat up on special teams. They will give him a little bit of forward progress right there, 36. Owen Johnson, a sophomore on special teams, there to make the stop. So Richmond, their third possession of the night. Down 14-7. By the way, it looks like Tim Ortiz is going to be in on that offensive line for the Red Devils. I was checking to see if maybe they're going to move Blaine Pierce back to center, and they did. So Pierce is back at center, Ortiz at left guard, and they're going to take Raper and move him to left tackle. So it has happened now with Pierce back at center. Pierce, good snap, handoff to Bird, and Bird will get a couple of before he's brought down. Number 32, the first one there, Keegan LaBelle, to make the stop. Meadows, the defensive tackle, 6'1", 200, also there to make the stop as well. Red Devils get a little bit bigger with Ortiz, 6'6", 330. And Ortiz, again, will play left guard. Everything stays the same on the right side with Van de Vender at tackle for the Red Devils. It'll be Bird, the lone setback. Red Devils spread it out in the shotgun again. This one in the air and up for grabs and almost intercepted, overthrowing his intended receiver. As the Red Devils were looking at Gabe Crow, and it falls incomplete, and a good thing it was thrown a little bit longer because Ashton Lewis was waiting for that one to come down. And Lewis last week had 6 tackles. Their lone interception came from Rylan Cole, their free safety. And so now the Red Devils, 2:11 remaining here in the opening period of play. It'll be 3rd down and 8, and we'll keep the football at the 18-yard line. See, Richmond again will spread it wide, 2 receivers to each side. Wyatt Bird, the lone setback. And again, Van Vliet to throw, gets away from one defender, rolls and throws to the sideline. Ball's going to be caught and then driven out of bounds. Should be a first down. Eli Irvin there to make the stop. The sophomore, 5'11", 150 pounds. So Eli Irvin, and a nice throw by Drew Van Vliet. Sometimes it looks like maybe that ball is coming out of his hand a little bit awkward. But Van Vliet able to get the completion for the Red Devil first down. We get some scores from around the area. We'll let you know about what is happening in high school football. Looks like Northeastern winning their game early tonight, 14-0 over Tri. So the Knights looking to go to 2-0. Bird with a handoff, nothing this time as he gets brought down. The first one to hit him, number 50, Matt Ford. Ford had a couple of sacks last week. So now the Red Devils with a minute 45 to go. Now faced with a second down. Time of possession definitely belonging to the Red Devils here tonight, but they trail at 14-7. 2 big plays put together tonight by Mount Vernon. One on the kickoff and the other one on the pass play. Both going the distance here in the opening period of play, and the Red Devils trail at 14-7. Van Vliet once again a work out of the pistol. This time looking to his left, holding the football, now throwing, and it was intended for Johnson. There's a flag down, a late flag, and that's going to be against 32, Keegan LaBelle. Second time we have seen pass interference here tonight on the Marauders. So Red Devils will benefit from another penalty on Mount Vernon. And that'll be a Red Devil first down at the 44-yard line. So it seems like, at least from the offensive line standpoint, Raper moving to tackle, Pierce moving to center, and again, Ortiz moving in to that offensive line. Raper having a difficult time on the snaps, but still up front. Red Devils have size up front, but Pierce, a really good snap again. Here is Bird, and they key on him immediately, and he goes down. Matt Four, 6 foot 217 and a junior. And of course, we talked with Van Devender on Thursday about their quickness up front, and they do have some quickness across that defensive line. So now we're down to the final 55 seconds remaining here in the opening period of play. Red Devils had an impressive opening drive, but since then they have struggled a little bit here offensively. And Wyatt Bird, they're keying on him a little bit more in the running game. So Van Vliet trips to the near side. That'll be the wide side, and there is a whistle and stoppage of play once again. And looks like this may be against the Red Devils. Let's wait and see what they'll indicate. It will be against Richmond. So a false start on the Red Devils. So now the Red Devils faced with second and forever. They have to get to the Mount Vernon 46. 30.3 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Red Devils may get one more play right here. There is a difference of about 7 seconds between the game clock and the play clock. So could be the final play of the opening period. The Red Devils take Crow and move him to the slot to the right. So Richmond will have 4 wide. Bird the lone setback, and there's another flag. What was the name of that movie where Robin Williams took off toward the end zone and he did the little spin? That's kind of what that reminded me of right there. Yeah, somebody tell me what that movie was. We need to talk to people on our page. All right, tell me what that movie was. Robin Williams spun and he took off down the field and everybody else watched him. That's going to do it for the opening period of play. Great to have you with us. An exciting opening quarter. Red Devils scored first on the first possession of the ball game on a 4th and long to get the first down, but Mount Vernon coming back with a couple of big plays of their own on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Mount Vernon 14, Richmond 7.
Hey, if you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999.
Boy, it turned out to be a beautiful night here as high school football into its second week. Don't forget, tomorrow morning on our sports page, we'll have all of these high school scores from around the area and around the state. Our scoreboard on Saturday. But we've got a good one going here. The Red Devils down 14-7. And, of course, we'll have post-game reaction coming up a little bit later as well. Centerville, Hagerstown, no score. Northeastern up on try, 14-7. Winchester up on Knightstown, 14-0. Oh, my. Would be a huge upset. So we will switch sides, and our camera person will get her. There you go. I know you are. You got the answers. All right. Van Vliet out of the pistol again. Here comes the rush. Van Vliet holding too long, and this time he'll go down, getting the sack. Number 53 for the Marauders. That's Charlie Moore. We've talked about Moore already, that excellent linebacker, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. And that's one thing that Van Vliet will have to start doing is getting rid of the football a little bit quicker. Sometimes he holds on to the football too long. There we go. Now we can see what people are saying. Best of times, yes. Paul's watching from the couch in Richmond. You should be here. It's a beautiful night. All right, Red Devils again with a 3rd and 32 handoff. It'll be Wyatt. Wide breaking tackles 30, 35, and finally out of bounds near the 39-yard line. But a great run again by Wyatt Bird, but it won't be enough for first down. But boy, he broke a couple of tackles early. And now it'll be 4th down. Red Devils will have to get to the Mount Vernon 46-yard line in order to get a first down. Best of times. That was a great movie. Great movie. And Robin Williams was at his best in that one for sure. So now the Red Devils with Pewterbaugh will be in to punt the football away. This one not a good one as he kicks it short. Ball fumbled at the 30, still loose, and then picked up by the return man, Gentry. And Gentry ends up running about 30 yards and got only 2. We can join us on our live chat if you want to. Yeah, best of times. I want to go watch it too. But that was funny. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was Gabe Crow who took off. I will give him $20 if he does it again and does the whole spin and everything. Gabe can be a paid football player. All right, first down Marauders as they will work out of their shotgun. Here's a quick hitter. Ball's going to be caught. Not much of a gain, maybe a couple on the reception by DeJuan Langston. Langston, 3 carries, 111 receiving yards last week and a touchdown, but a short gain right there as we are 10 minutes remaining now in the second period. Red Devils will rush 3 down linemen. They'll fake the handoff. Here is Sleneker on the carry, and he's going to get across the 35 near the 37-yard line. Garrick, again, last week, 168 yards and 3 touchdowns on 17 attempts. And they'll quickly get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to make sure the Red Devils cannot change their personnel on defense. That's Rylan Cole, the lone setback, trips to the near side. And it'll be Cole, and he's going to get brought down. Richmond read that one extremely well. Coming in to make the stop, Quavian Allen. Allen, 6 foot, 185 pounds. The senior gets a nice stop. And now the punting unit will come on for Mount Vernon. So good job by Allen and that Red Devil defense to get the stop right there. So now the Marauders will have to punt the football away. This will be Joel Ratliff inside his own 20. The Red Devils will use Wyatt Bird, and Bird, a do-everything young man here tonight. He returns kicks. He can catch the football out of the backfield. He's returning punts. And this is a line drive kick right down the middle of the field. Will land at the hash mark and take a Mount Vernon roll and be down at about the 26-yard line. That's where the Red Devils will take over 1st and 10. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. And as always, we hope that you'll continue to support our sponsors that make these games possible. And everywhere we go, the price keeps going up. Trips to the near side. Handoff will be Bird. Bird may get a yard. Not a whole lot there against that Marauder defense up the middle. First one to meet him was 53, Charlie Moore. Moore's had a big night already, and the Red Devils got to find a way to block him from that linebacker spot. Coming up on 8:14 now, 14-7 Marauders with the lead. All that scoring coming in the first quarter. Mentioned the Red Devils had made that change in their offensive line after Clayton Raper was struggling with his snaps. Back to his center, Drew Van Vliet, and any delay in the game for Van Vliet costing him a couple of sacks. There's a throw, and it's going to be picked off. It was intended for number 6, Marquise Johnson, but there's Charlie Moore again. Moore makes the interception deep in Richmond territory, and the Marauders will have it 1st and 10 at the Red Devil 33, and there's a huge mistake for the Red Devils here tonight. So the Marauders will have it with excellent field position here in the second quarter with a 14-7 lead. So now out of the shotgun formation, Sluniker will throw. Good arm inside the 25. Ball's going to be caught by Langston. Langston a first down, brought down at the 19-yard line. Langston, not a big guy at 6'1", 159 pounds, but he found the space. And now the Marauders will have it first. First down at the 19 of Richmond with 7:37 remaining here in the second period of play. Here's the handoff. Running back to the outside at the 10, spinning. It's going to be number 32 on the carry, which is LaBelle. Keegan LaBelle on the carry. And we'll put the football at about, the 9-yard line. Wait for them to put it down, or do we have a flag? We do. Didn't see that flag until late, so there's a flag, and the way the Marauders are acting, it's going to be on them. So Richmond will catch a break right here as the Marauders will be penalized all the way back to the 27-yard line. So a big break for Richmond. Well, I haven't seen really either team shoot themselves in the foot a lot, but it's happened a couple of times here this evening. None bigger right there than for the Marauders. Sluniker will reach out and hand it off now to LaBelle. LaBelle over the left side at the hash mark, 15-yard line, maybe to the 14. So Mount Vernon now will have it second down. They got quite a bit of that back after that penalty. And they'll quickly get to the line of scrimmage. They want to make sure, again, Richmond doesn't have a chance to get some new personnel in. And now here's Shipley in at quarterback. Shipley will fake the handoff. Shipley up the middle, and a nice run by the quarterback. He's the guy who will run the football, who has good size at 6'3", 203 pounds, and he's very close to, I'd say, the 9-yard line. 6:45 to go. It's going to be third down and about 2 to go. They're going to offensive line, as we said, it's not a huge offensive line, but these guys are very, very quick, and I think we're going to have a measurement to see if perhaps it's going to be a first down now for Mount Vernon. And this will be a big, big call right here for the Marauders to try to keep this drive strong before halftime. It is a first down by about a half a football length. 6:45 remaining. Mount Vernon trying to go up by 2 scores here in the first half. And let's see if they got a big old lineman in that backfield. That's going to be Jared Williams. So he's going to be a blocker in the backfield. That's going to be Eric Hurd as well. He's the deep back. And Shipley will stay in at quarterback as he works out of the shotgun. And there's movement for the Red Devils. Richmond getting a little jumpy. Jewel Taylor off that left end. And so the penalty flags will stop the play, and that's going to penalize the Red Devils right there and make it even easier now for the Marauders as you see the football now moved inside the 5. As we're coming up on the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. And there's some movement in the backfield as Hurd tried to get an extra step. And so the penalty will be called on Mount Vernon. So now we're just going to place the ball back and forth, 5 yards here, 5 yards there.
Ball back just a little bit. Still first down.
Yeah, Richmond got off to a great start here tonight, and as you know, by the time we get to the locker room, adjustments will be made on both sides of the football, but now Mount Vernon trying to capitalize. That ball up the middle, still on his feet into the end zone. Ryland Cole for the touchdown from 9 yards out, and the Marauders now lead it 20-7. I mentioned their offensive line isn't big, but boy, they could open up some holes up front.
Ryland Cole, number 25, forcing
So
down into the end zone.
the extra point now coming in will be A.J. Swingle, the junior, left-footed kicker, and we have seen him tonight, even in pregame warm-ups. Strong leg for the junior, puts it through the uprights, and the Marauders on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard now lead this one 21-7.
Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was almost too easy. How about Tony's Car Sales in Richmond? Hi, this is Troy Darengowski. You know, I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's, and I couldn't have been happier with their service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked me through the entire process. Hey, if you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West. For more information, give them a call at 962-5665 or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
By the way, at halftime, we'll check out, of course, college football. We are back underway in college football. The NFL's regular season just right around the corner now that the preseason is done. But we'll check out college football coming up at halftime. All kinds of high school sports going on this weekend as well. I hope you can get out and support your area teams, no matter who they may be. And it's a beautiful night here. Red Devil faithful here this evening as well across the way, enjoying this one here tonight as the Red Devils will get the football back. Still 6:15 remaining here in this first half of play. See if that offense can get rolling once again after struggling their last couple of times. This will be a shorter kick. Marquise coming up to receive it at the 15, gets a block, 20, 25, and then brought down in the open field. That's an excellent tackle.
Owen Johnson with the stop.
See that Owen Johnson on special teams was there to make the stop on Marquise Johnson. So Drew Van Vliet following that interception by Charlie Moore. Now back out for the Red Devils. And again, that opening drive was very special, but since then the Red Devils really haven't put much together against this Marauder defense. Red Devils, you see, will have 3 receivers to the bottom. Wyatt Bird, the lone setback. Bird gets the call, and guess who again? Charlie Moore. We need to see if Charlie has something else to do, because he is a thorn in our side.
He stopped right away. Second down and 13.
Maybe we can get Charlie interested in going to the movies or something. That's right. Best of Times could be on in the theater around here. So now the Red Devils 2nd down and 13. Boy, Wyatt had some big yardage early, but I think the Marauders have kind of keyed in on him in the last 2 to 3 series, and they're going to try to make sure that it's not going to be Wyatt Bird that's going to beat them. See if the Red Devils will throw this time. Van Vliet, good snap again from Pierce over the middle, and it's knocked down, and getting a hand on that one, the inside linebacker, Scott Lohman, 5'11", 192-pound junior. And, boy, he was awful close to picking that one off as well. Boy, sometimes as a freshman quarterback, you don't see those defenders. You're so keyed on your receiver that you don't see those guys kind of sneaking underneath the coverage, and that's what Lohman did that time and almost got another interception. 3rd down and 13, 5:20 to go before halftime. Trips to the left, single receiver to the near side, and will go right in the middle of the field here this time for Van Vliet. He will go to the near side. Flag is down, and that's underthrown. Lohman is there again. And let's see if that'll be a late hit on the quarterback, or are we looking at holding? Well, Van Vliet tonight, you can kind of tell he's not throwing that ball with the same authority as he did last week. A lot of those footballs that he has thrown tonight kind of hanging in the air. And Lohman almost got another one, as it's going to be a penalty against the Red Devils that's a block below the waist that's going to be waved off. So the Marauders will go ahead and take the down right there on the incomplete pass. And so now the Red Devils will have 4th down and 13. And I'm not sure that they realize it is 4th down.
From the 23-yard line.
And now there's a little bit of confusion on the Red Devils' part, and the Red Devils are going to get a timeout right there. So Richmond, with a 4th down, didn't have the right personnel on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. The Red Devils on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard lead at 20, or should say trail at 21-7.
New Vision Sports is a program that will focus on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete. It includes all ages and skill levels. They'll create a customized workout plan to provide an ongoing motivation and support program that'll help you achieve your training goals. There are 3 reasons to train with New Vision Sports: variety, specificity, and accountability. New Vision Sports. Give them a call at 977-5831 or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
Now the Red Devils, again, I don't think they thought it was going to be 4th down, but I also don't believe they thought at that time that the Marauders were going to decline that penalty. So it'll be Pewterbaugh in to punt it away. Had a nice punt earlier tonight that got the Marauders inside, trapped inside their own 20, and Pewterbaugh inside his own 10, puts a good leg into this one. Inside the 40 on the return, good block to the outside. There's a flag down, and that's going to go against the Marauders. Well, that came in very quickly on the return by Lohman. That's going to be, I believe, a block in the back. You can see that flag coming in very quickly. And once they get it all situated here, we'll see there is your personal foul. And, now they have 2 of them. So we had 2 different penalties on Mount Vernon on that return. So either way, the Red Devils will be benefiting from the yardage marked off here in this second quarter. Next week, we are back home as the Red Devils will open up North Central Conference play against Indianapolis Tech. They've got work to do here tonight, down by 2 scores. 5:05 remaining here in this second quarter. Here's a pitch, and this time read well by Richmond's defense, but still on his feet. A flag is down again. That is Ashton Gentry on the little trick play. But that's going to be another penalty, I believe, on the Marauders. And unfortunately for Richmond, Branton Thomas is a little slow getting up. He got cut down on this near sideline and got a holding. And, boy, if you're the Mount Vernon coaching staff, you're not happy with your team right there. Though it wasn't a very well-executed play either by their offense. So now the Marauders, with 4:51 remaining, will be backed up even further. So 2 big penalties against Mount Vernon. See where they're finally going to mark this off. They're almost heading to I-70. They're down to the 11-yard line. They're way back there, so now it's going to be first and forever. They have to get to the 40. Well, I tell you what, you've got to stop jumping and giving them yards back. That was Branton Thomas, though, a senior that he generally is pretty disciplined right there, but he was trying to jump the snap count and got caught. So move them up 5 yards. It's still first down and forever now for the Marauders. Sluniker will throw, ball caught 20-25 and brought out of bounds on the near sideline. 82 Rapp there on the reception.
Carrying the ball from Mount Vernon, number 82, Luke Rapay.
Well, now earlier they called him Rapp. I called him Rapay, and now they call him Rapay, and I called him Rapp. I thought the little mark there said an E for Rapay. So I'll say Rapay. Sounds more French. Second down and 12. They'll throw, little bubble screen to the outside, running room, and that's going to be Gentry. And Gentry to about the 38-yard line, depending again on the spot of the football, is going to be close to a first down. Third down and just a couple, about 2.5 yards for a first down for the Marauders. 3:50 to go here in period number 2. So it is Luke Rapay. In the backfield, that is Hurd. Under center now. And Hurd will get the call around the right side. It's going to be close. Let's see where he officially went down. If he's at the 40, it's going to be very, very close to a Marauder first down. And it looks like to me they're going to give him the first down right there. Had to get to the 40, but again, it depended on where they're going to lay that football down.
For the Marauders.
Knights leading the Titans 14-0 at halftime. Knights trying to go to 2-0 on the season. Handoff and a short carry, maybe a yard or two, as there's Blaine Pierce coming off a double-digit tackle performance. But guess what? There's another flag down. This is going to go against Mount Vernon. Well, both teams have been a little sloppy-poppy here in the second quarter.
And that penalty against Mount Vernon is going to bring the ball back down the field.
And Mount Vernon's been penalized more in this drive than they have the entire evening leading up to this point. It's just been not a very good series here for the Marauders. They're going to throw. Ball caught over the middle. 35, hard hit. Jack Guiley there to lay on the hit. On the reception, Shipley, who is the backup quarterback, makes the reception. Hurry up offense again for the Marauders. Ryland Cole in the backfield. They'll throw. Ball caught on the 40-yard line and then driven out of bounds after a short gain. First one to make the hit for the Red Devils was Clay Sides. Sides, just a sophomore at 160 pounds, coming up to make the hit first. It'll be third down. And again, you see the Marauders hurrying up to the offensive line. Red Devils jump again on the near side. By golly, you can't give them free yardage. Quavian Allen, they're jumping for the Red Devils. And so now instead of third and about 7, it's going to be 3rd and 2. Sluniker will stay in as the quarterback out of the shotgun formation. Man in motion, and I think this time the Marauders are going to call a timeout, and they will. So it's been a what I would consider an ugly second quarter, just like Brian Cox's prom date. We'll come back after the timeout. 21-7 Mount Vernon on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
Well, the Marauders getting a timeout. Let's see what they'll come away with right here. In fact, they were one short already. As you see, they have to get one more player back out on the field for this Marauder offense, and they're going to run the football. It looked like they were from the beginning. Cole gets the first down, takes a hard hit. Guiley coming up from his free safety spot. Branton Thomas is there, as well as DeMarco Owens. But not until the Marauders get a first down in Richmond territory at the 47-yard line, and 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Red Devils down by 2 scores. Sluniker to throw, gets hit at the last second, and he got nailed by Branton Thomas. And that was a clean hit by Branton. The senior for the Red Devils at 6 foot, 225 pounds, playing both ways this year on the offense and defensive lines. And, boy, Gehrig's probably lucky to get up from that one. Well, but you got to be careful when you're hitting the quarterback anymore that you don't get a penalty. So I'm sure that Branton may have let up just a little bit as he was ready to go in and lay on the kill right there. 1:53 to go here before halftime. They'll look to throw. Here comes the pressure again. Stepping up, Sluniker throws to the far side, and it's out of the reach of his intended receiver. That is Shipley out there. The Red Devils on coverage had Gabe Crow. Crow had excellent coverage there, step for step. And, boy, I tell you what, though, Sluniker got rid of the football just in time as the Red Devils putting plenty of pressure on the Mount Vernon quarterback. And this is not good news if you're the Red Devils, because big 61 Sam Gamboa, one of their inside guys on defense and also one of their starting offensive linemen, is now down for Richmond. So they're going to check him out. We will take a quick timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils trail at 21-7.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
Well, Sam Gamboa, as you see, is being helped off the field, and boy, the Red Devils just don't have enough depth across that offensive and defensive line to lose a player like Gamboa, starter all year last year, and you see him being assisted off the field. Of course, they already made that change to their offensive line, as we mentioned earlier, with Blaine Pierce going back to center and Clayton Raper moving to left tackle. So now we'll wait and see how that will affect the Red Devils the rest of the way here. 1st and 10, 1:45 remaining. Sluniker out of the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. Little dump off. 30, 25, 20, and brought down. Good gain. 32 on the reception. Keegan LaBelle. And good yardage after the catch, and we'll put it at the 19-yard line. And guess what? There's another flag down.
We do have a flag down on the field, however.
That's back to the 25. It is our understanding that tonight's officials are getting paid by the call. of penalties. No, they have a tough job to do, and right now for the Marauders, they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. We'll put it back to the 35-yard line. Slunaker once again out of the shotgun. Ball tipped at the line, and Aquavian Allen there for the Red Devils to get a hand on it. And that'll stop the clock in a minute 25 remaining here in the second quarter. It's been a long second quarter after a 14-7 opening period of play. 2 long scoring plays by Mount Vernon. The Red Devils had that long drive, but second quarter just the 1 touchdown, not a whole lot of offense. Slunaker to throw. Here he comes, gets hit. Ball is loose, and it'll be recovered by the Marauders. Boy, coming in number 40, Jake Haynes out of that linebacker spot, nailing the quarterback, forcing the fumble, and unfortunately for the Red Devils, Mount Vernon will get it back, but that's going to be a loss of yardage back to the 45. Boy, how about Jake Haynes, 11 tackles last week. 210-pounder, just loves the game of football, and Red Devils love him in the middle of that defense. Now here's Shipley to throw. Over the middle, ball's caught, short of the first down. And number 82 on the reception, Luke Rapay makes the reception, and Mount Vernon is going to call another timeout.
Took about a 20-yard pass.
So Mount Vernon says we're going to talk about it. We're going to keep it here for this timeout. That was actually not bad coverage by John Carter of Richmond. And again, I remind you at halftime we'll talk some college football as we get ready for the first full weekend of college football. In fact, it'll run right into Monday. Richmond just trying to make sure they don't go down by 3 scores before we get to halftime. 38.3 seconds remaining. And the one thing about the Red Devils, even though we have seen Mount Vernon players, many of them going both ways, the Red Devils going both ways pretty much throughout the entire game and on special teams. So some of these guys really put in a lot of time on both sides of the football. Tony Sonsian and his staff doing a great job getting this program with 60 players on the roster this year. Here is Shipley again, gets hit as he throws, and ball's caught at the 15, at the 10, the 5, and down to the 1. Clay Sides almost had it intercepted, but then Sides had that one bounce in the air and caught, and Mount Vernon now knocking on the door. 28 seconds to go. Mount Vernon at the line of scrimmage. Shipley will go in from 1 in the touchdown, and a bad break for the Red Devils right there. Had a chance to get the interception, but Sides couldn't hold on to it. And Mount Vernon scores, making it 27-7. Now 27 unanswered points by the Marauders.
They'll go for an extra point.
Boy, and it's not that Richmond's defense has played poorly all night long, and the Marauders again have given the Red Devils every opportunity with a lot of penalties, but a big break right there for Mount Vernon, and the extra point is good. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Red Devils now trail this one 28-7.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Well, as we come back, though, you see the Red Devils kneeling right there. Branton Thomas is hurt. He is laying at about the 5-yard line. We talked about Branton earlier. He's been banged up a little bit already this fall, and he is going both ways. So he is currently now down. The Red Devils losing Sam Gamboa just a couple of moments ago. And for Richmond, halftime can't come fast enough after Mount Vernon made that nice catch. And boy, I tell you what, if Sides is just maybe a split second quicker with his hands and saw where that ball bounced, he may have had an interception. And hopefully for Branton, he's going to be okay. He's being helped up as we speak. He will be assisted to the sideline. So now you're looking at maybe the Red Devils playing without Branton Thomas, a two-way player, Sam Gamboa, another two-way player. And Richmond, again, doesn't have a ton of depth in that offensive and defensive lines. But, boy, they can't afford to lose those two guys. And Brandt, of course, has been a part of this football program for the last 4 years, a senior that's gone through 4 coaches in 4 years, but hangs in there and stays with it. But he is slowly, there you see him right there being helped off. So Richmond will get the football at 20.4. I think right now you might want to just kneel on the football in your first possession and get to the locker room after Mount Vernon has now scored 28 unanswered points. Red Devils were leading this one 7-0 early, and then 2 big scoring plays by the Marauders. This will be kicked along the turf, and there for the Red Devils, Blaine Pierce will jump on it with 19.1 seconds remaining. So let's see if Richmond will just do that and sit on the football. I'm going to try to see who else is in now. Looks like number 78, that's Ortiz. 77 is Van de Vender. Pierce is in. Looks like they will still have Clayton Raper in. There's Gamboa. So Gamboa's going to come in, so he is okay. That's good news. So they will get one of their offensive linemen back. And again, you see Brant Thomas. He'll play a lot in that offensive line as well. So the Red Devils 19.1 seconds, 2 in the backfield. And so the Red Devils are not going to just sit on it right here, as it'll be Allen on the carry. And Allen goes, he kept his feet grinding, got back to the line of scrimmage. And I believe that's going to do it for the first half of play, as the Red Devils will let the clock run out. We have made it to halftime. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, after Richmond got out to an early 7-0 lead, Mount Vernon has come back with 28 unanswered. We will come back with your halftime report coming up in just a couple of moments. That'll include a look at college football coming up this weekend. In fact, even games tonight. That's all next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Are you tired of your current IT company prices going up every month? Do you get only 4 or 5 hours included in your contract before you're charged overages or per hour fees? Midwest IT Support has set pricing that allows you to budget for your business with no contracts or overages. It's all included. You get a full IT staff without hiring a full-time person. Call us for a free quote. We make IT easy. Call 765-239-9668 or email us at helpdesk@midwestitsupport.com.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. And Commissioner, week number 1 of the high school football season in the books. Some interesting things, notably points. The number of points seemed to be down, but it was a very interesting week. We had some high-scoring games, a lot of action, great individual performances. But let me have your thoughts on this first week.
I felt the week went really well, Bob. We had great weather, first of all, and so that first week of the season, the regular season, kind of makes me nervous every year because it can still be a little warm out.
Right.
And this weekend was nice, and so we were able to have a great contest around the state. And I had the same observation that you did with respect to scoring. I think overall scoring was down a little bit. One of the things that I looked at were the point differentials, and we had 40 contests that had a point differential of 35 points or greater, which now speaks to the new mercy rule that we passed last spring. And I think because the mercy rule was in effect for almost a third of our games last weekend, that reduced the number of overall points that were scored last weekend. I've not heard one complaint from any coaches. I've not heard one report about a mismanagement of how the clock was operated in the second half. Everything went smoothly. So I think that for this first week, the mercy rule went as scheduled and as we thought it would. And I think it's created some games where when we've got those games that are lopsided, we're now able to expedite the end of the game. And I think that's better for student athletes. I think it's better for the fans.
If we can, refresh everyone's memory of exactly the parameters of the new mercy rule.
The mercy rule goes into effect in the second half of a game when the point differential reaches 35 points between the schools. The rule calls for a running clock, and we define a running clock as a clock that does not stop except for a score, a timeout, or an injury. Now, we still implement the 40-second play clock throughout the second half. But if we get to that point differential in the second half, it can't start in the first half. So you could have a game that's 40-0 at the end of the first quarter. We're still going on a regular clock. But when we arrive at the second half, if the point differential is 35 or greater, then we go to our running clock. And then once we get there, we don't go back. Maybe it's 35 at halftime,
right.
and the school is behind scores. Well, we're still going running clock all the way through.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Bobby, you mentioned 1/3 of the games under the mercy rule. First time we've done it. Obviously, I know you and the staff are going to be compiling this data. It seems to be a significant number, to say the least.
Well, I think it reflects the way that the game has evolved in high school football in our state. Is I feel that offense has grown faster and exceeded where defense has grown. The spreading of the field, 7-on-7 that occurs in the summer with more opportunities for kids to play. The offensive attack of the game has changed. Subsequently, scoring has gone up. And our schools knew that, and our Football Coach Association had been talking about a mercy rule for several years, and we finally got to an agreement on where that should be. And so now I think we've addressed it. We are going to study the data. We're going to collect the scores and look at those point differentials and see if that rule actually does affect the total scores of the games. And then I'm a lot more interested in the health and safety of the kids, first and foremost. But secondly, crowd behavior, fan behavior, student-athlete behavior, coach behavior. You know, no one wants to be in that game that's 65-0. No one wants to be in that game. It's not good for the kids that are winning, and it's certainly not good for the kids that are getting beat 65-0. And so now we've got a tool that we can expedite the end of the game. And if we can do that and keep those emotions in check and finish the contest and move on to the next week, I think it's best for high school football.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation with him about all things IHSAA. Commissioner, have a great week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond. Halftime here as the Red Devils trail at 28-7. A couple other scores from around the area. Union County leading Lincoln 14-13 at the half. Boy, Hagerstown has not scored yet this year. They're trailing Centerville 7-0 at halftime. Winchester surprising Knightstown 22-0. Northeastern on top of Tri 14-0. And Monroe Central now leading Union City 22-0. If we get some more finals there, we will pass those along as we go. By the way, college football got underway last night. Number 1 Clemson got a win over Georgia Tech 52-14. It was number 12 Texas A&M or Texas State 41-7. 14th rated Utah beat BYU 30-12. And number 17 Central Florida shutting out Florida A&M 62-0. Couple of games of interest. Cincinnati was a winner over UCLA, 24-14. Out of the MAC, Bowling Green beat Morgan State 46-3. Buffalo downed Robert Morris 38-10. Also out of the Mid-American Conference last night, actually out of the Big Ten last night, one of the game I want to mention, Minnesota beat South Dakota State 28-21. Tonight, number 18, Michigan State. They're hosting Tulsa. Also out of the Big Ten, number 19, Wisconsin is at South Florida. Saturday, Northern Iowa plays at number 21, Iowa State. 24th rated Nebraska hosting South Alabama. Number 5, Ohio State. They will be home against Florida Atlantic. Eastern Washington is at number 13, Washington. Number 2, Alabama hosting Duke. It's 15th rated Penn State home against Idaho. Northwestern is at number 25, Stanford. Number 22, Syracuse Syracuse at Liberty. Number 11, Oregon. They'll be at number 16, Auburn. The Miami Redhawks, they're on the road tomorrow at number 20, Iowa. 6th-rated LSU home against Georgia Southern. Number 7, Michigan hosting Middle Tennessee. Number 3, Georgia's at Vanderbilt. Number 10, Texas hosting Louisiana Tech. And number 23, Washington State, they're home against New Mexico State. Then on Sunday, number 4, Oklahoma, they will take on Houston. Notre Dame, number 9 in the country, they'll play Louisville on Monday. IU, by the way, I'm going to back up here. Purdue's in action tonight against Nevada. IU plays Saturday against Ball State. That'll take place in Indianapolis. And also out of the Mid-American Conference on Saturday, Akron at Illinois. And Rhode Island is at Ohio on Saturday. Toledo's at Kentucky. Eastern Michigan at Coastal Carolina. Northern Illinois against Illinois State. And Western Michigan will be hosting Monmouth. Those are the games in college football. We're going to come back in just a moment. Stay right there. The second half is coming up. It's the Red Devils and the Marauders. Your halftime score on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Mount Vernon on top, 28-7.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dargy Repair Service is family-owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
we got this.
We're back once again here at Mount Vernon. Thanks for being with us. Boy, beautiful night for high school football. And, of course, next week back home as the NCC will get things underway. Indianapolis Tech will be the opponent. We will be on the air next Friday night beginning at 6:30. The kickoff getting it away at 7. But tonight the Red Devils got off to a great start, that opening drive, and ended up going in 4th down and 10, picked up the first down, and then got the touchdown later in the drive. But since then it has been all Marauders. And I did want to mention I misidentified one player. It was actually not John Carter, it was Clay Sides in that play, right? So we want to give Clay some love there as well. And you know what I could really use is a spotter. You know, it's bad enough that I have a camera operator that is a union operator. Yeah, we'll get Erica. I need Erica. She got better eyes than I do, I'll tell you that. But it's bad enough that I have a camera operator that's a union person, and then you're done at 9, and then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. So the Red Devils will kick off the football to begin this third quarter. You know, the offense really clicked in that opening drive, but they just haven't been the same since. And, you know, I almost have a sense in this one tonight, it just didn't feel like it was a 28-7 ball game. The Red Devils, again, that opening drive was so impressive, but just nothing going since that time, and it really hasn't been penalties. And I know they've shot themselves a couple of times in the foot, but just can't get things rolling, and it looks like Van Vliet not throwing the same kind of football that he did last week. LaBelle is deep for the Marauders. Also deep will be Hurd. Hurd is 22. LaBelle is 32. Peterball will line it up at the 40, and we are ready now for the second half of play as Gage will kick this one short. And one of the up men will pick it up, runs into his own man, and then breaks tackles to the outside, finds running room up the middle, breaks another tackle, 45-40, 35, and finally brought down at the 30. On special teams play for the Red Devils, Jack Guiley. Otherwise, that was close to being broken as well. Boy, I tell you what, Ashton Gentry, number 16, is the one who was responsible for that run back on the short kick. So the Red Devils tried to catch Mount Vernon off guard with that short kick, and it cost them. We have seen Shipley, you want to speak of Shipley here, the quarterback that has been in and out at receiver and at quarterback, but Sluniker will be the quarterback in this possession. They'll spread it out again. The handoff will go to Cole, and Cole, here's another flag down. Oh, my.
Handoff to Ryland Cole, brought down by number 40.
This may be a face mask against Richmond, and it is. So the Red Devils, after giving up that long run on the return, special teams has not been real good tonight for the Red Devils, and now you have a face mask, and so now you're going to add more yardage. And the one thing you can't do is just keep giving Mount Vernon more yards. Oh, I understand. Eric, I understand totally. Here's the handoff again, and a nice run up the middle by Cole. I just want to make sure I get it right. I need all the help I can get. This old body just doesn't work the way it used to. You ought to. If I don't have binoculars, I can't see what's going on down there. I got to 40 really early. First down and 10 now for the Marauders. Man in motion, handoff, and up the middle, breaking tackles to the outside. The 5 touchdown, Ryland Cole, and that was almost too easy that time. So now 34 unanswered points. Well, I was going to check here real quick. I'm not sure that Brandon Thomas was back in the lineup for the Red Devils. He got hurt in the first half. We saw Sam Gamboa go down, and the Red Devils have been decimated by a couple of injuries up front. The extra point attempt and another good one by Swingle, and the Red Devils now trail this one 35-7 with 11:07 remaining on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance knows you're good at fitting one more dish in an already full dishwasher. We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
You're good at pretending to be asleep.
Dad.
We're good at your insurance.
Dad.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
You know, some are going to look at this score and say, well, it was all Mount Vernon, and yeah, they're winning this football game, and I'm not going to take anything away from the Marauders, but Richmond knew this was going to be a very tough one coming in, and it just didn't feel, maybe up until that touchdown, like it was a 28-7 ball game right there, but, well, the Red Devils kind of shot themselves in the foot again with that kickoff that kind of backfired on them, and then of course, they got that penalty and a touchdown by Rylan Cole. He had a touchdown last week, adds another one here tonight. So the Red Devils are going to get it back, and this is all a learning experience for this football team as that will go into the end zone. And it'll set them up very well for next week. And they knew they were going to have to play pretty much perfect football here tonight to beat Mount Vernon, and they're a good football team. So I think the Red Devils right now just look for a couple of positives here the rest of the way and try to get in the end zone a couple of more times. And the other thing is, boy, just stay injury-free the rest of the way. It looks like Gamboa's back in. Pierce stays in. There is Ortiz. Raper stays at tackle. And then, of course, on the right side, Van de Vender, the 6'1", 326-pounder. They got some size on that line. Man in motion is Irvin. Handoff, and it will be Wyatt Bird. Bird's going to get close to the 25-yard line. It'll be second down. You know, one thing about Richmond, I just like the way their scheme is. I know they lack a little bit of depth, but Coach Sonsini and his coaching staff have this program now heading in the right direction. And the one thing they've needed now, and Coach Sonsini and his staff will provide that, is going to be stability. Guys are going to stay with the program and not leave after 1 year. There's a man in motion, Van Vliet, handing off now to Wyatt, and Wyatt gets stood up at the 25. Well, I'll tell you, one guy's been active tonight a lot for Mount Vernon is Charlie Moore. Moore is 6 foot, 200-pounder. A couple of sacks last week, and he had that interception earlier tonight. He's been an animal there for the Marauders. In fact, if you look at the front three, they get guys stuffed up on that offensive line, and then they let Moore and Lohman do the trick the rest of the way. 9:52 to go here in the third. It'll be third down and 5. The Red Devils work with trips to the bottom, and that'll be Wyatt Bird as the lone running back. And here comes the blitz, and he goes down, nowhere to go. Look out, that's Jack Robinson from the outside, and somebody ended up missing their assignment, and Robinson blitzing from his right side. And that hasn't happened very much to Drew Van Vliet, but he had no time to get rid of the football right there. So Red Devils will have to get rid of the football as Pewterbaugh will come in to punt it away. He will be inside his own 5. As mentioned again, I think is going to be a good football team by the time it's all said and done. They've certainly got things to work on. Here's a nice return, 30, 25, 20, inside the 15, and finally brought down in excellent field position again for the Marauders. Scott Lohman there on the return, and they're going to have the football at the 11. I think for Richmond tonight, everything will be, again, a learning experience against a very, very good football team. And that'll be a Tech team. I think they can beat Tech. I think they'll beat Muncie Central. I think they'll win the next 2 weeks. and get themselves in good position at 2-0 in the NCC. Handoff, not much there for Keegan LaBelle. But I still like this team. I just love the way they played last week. I just like the way they fly around to the football. The seniors that have been with this program for 4 years, mixing well with all the young guys that have come in and invigorated this program. And we talk a lot about those guys, that sophomore class. Those guys, by the time they're seniors, will be pretty good football players. And there's a throw out on the flat. Ball will be caught. That's going to be a Rapay on the catch. And he's going to be driven out of bounds on the far side. And then you got guys like Jack Guiley, a junior. Clay Sides, only a sophomore. Narcisse is a senior. And John Carter, a sophomore in that defensive backfield, along with the strong linebackers of Haynes and Owens. There's just a lot of things to like, so I don't pay too much attention to that scoreboard here tonight. This is a Marauders team. They've got a lot of talent to choose from. Handoff, it'll be Hurd, and Hurd's going to get stopped. Going to lose some yardage. Guiley coming up. There is DeMarco Owens there for the Red Devils. Look like Sides there as well. Clay Sides, the 5'11", 160-pound sophomore. Red Devils make a change now as they will bring out of their lineup Dylan Seiler. Seiler is a 5'9", 154-pound linebacker coming out for the Red Devils. So here is, on fourth down, a field goal attempt, and the kick is on the way, and it is good. So the Red Devil defense holding the Marauders to a field goal, but still 38 unanswered points now by Mount Vernon. 8:08 to go here in the third. It's Mount Vernon 38 and Richmond 7 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Dargy Repair Service is family owned and operated, and they work on every kind of vehicle and specialize in imports. You can count on Dargy to do repairs and service, big and small. Dargy does regular service to major repairs. They do everything for your car except bodywork and tires. Dargy is a certified TechNet professional auto service. Dargy Repair and Service, 1700 Northwest 11th Street in Richmond. For more information, give them a call at 935-2241.
We are back once again here in Mount Vernon. Thanks for being with us. In fact, for the first time in the 30 years that I've been doing Richmond football, I have never been here to do a game. Kind of unusual that a venue this close, we have never been here to play football. They're part of a Hoosier Heritage Conference course. You look at New Pal and Pendleton, Newcastle now in this conference. Very good conference in all athletics. So I'm going to put my bid in that we join this conference. Short kick, and this will go out of the end zone as Gabe Crow is back for the Red Devils. In fact, Wyatt Bird not back this time. They also had one of their other speedy players. That was number 6, Marquise Johnson. So it'll be Richmond football 1st and 10 with 8:08 to go here in the third. Now, still the Red Devils can get something going here on offense. They just have not been able to get that big play stuff they had last week. In fact, they had a lot of big plays from Van Vliet. We mentioned the 3 that had the huge games, Van Vliet, Wyatt Bird, and Johnson. Here's the handoff to White, gets hit in the backfield, and he's going to get dropped for a loss of yardage. And I hate to tell you who was back there again, but I've been saying Charlie Moore a lot tonight, and Charlie just did it again, number 53.
Number 11 with the carry for Richmond. Charlie Moore bringing him down.
Moore had only 5 tackles last week. 2 of those were sacks. He is well past the 5 total tackles here tonight. So 2nd down and 12 after a loss of 2. And the Red Devils work with 4 wide once again. That is Wyatt still in the backfield. A good snap. Handoff to Wyatt. 20, 21, and then held back. He got grabbed from behind by number 27, Scott Lohman, one of the inside linebackers, to pull him down.
Bird this time on the carry. He's brought down by Vincent Chin, number 11.
One thing about Wyatt, as we said, he's been playing banged up this season from the very beginning. He has not been 100% and still averaged 9 yards plus a carry last week, 200 yards rushing against Connorsville last week, and he comes out of the ball game. Allen is in, and Richmond again will go 4 wide. Van Vliet to throw. Here they come, and Van Vliet fumbles the football, and Mount Vernon's got it. Al Van Vliet tried to find an opening. Nothing there. Number 60 came up with the fumble recovery, and Mekhi Richmond, the junior defensive lineman in there for the Marauders, and the Red Devils turn it over deep. Or should say the Red Devils turn it over deep, and Marauders will have the football now at around the 8-yard line.
That's going to bring up 1st and goal for your Marauders.
Huge mistake again for Richmond. Sluniker will come in again at quarterback. That will be Ryan Cole as his lone setback, and it'll be a quarterback keeper, and somebody ended up losing his hat. That was number 50, Matt Four, on that offensive line. Going to be a loss of a yard, I believe, maybe 2, depending where they spot the football. So Marauders in that hurry-up offense right back to the line of scrimmage. This time it'll be Shipley out of the shotgun. Shipley's going to throw the football behind his intended receiver. That'll fall incomplete. That was Ashton Gentry. A little bit behind Gentry. So now it'll be 3rd down. And goal again from the 9-yard line. Shipley will stay in. It'll be Cole in the backfield with Shipley. And that's your other quarterback in motion. Shipley spins, loses the football, picked off by Pierce at the 26-yard line. And Blaine Pierce will get credit for the interception. So the Red Devils get a break right there on the interception by Shipley. So Richmond will take over with 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Well, Blaine, a guy who has been a starter for 4 years. He can move anywhere on that offensive line. He's been asked to play defense as well, and one of their better defenders from a year ago in his junior season comes up with the interception, so the Red Devils will get it back. Well, the Red Devils go trips to the near side. That's the short side of the field with the hash mark. Handoff Bird, and he got hit immediately. Nowhere to go. Number 88 coming in this time to make the stop for the Marauders. That is Blake Walls, a senior at 6'4", 205 pounds. So now it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Drew Van Vliet, coming off that 4-touchdown performance last week against Connorsville. We find some scores. We'll try to pass those along. A couple of surprises, as we had mentioned earlier, with Winchester shutting out Knightstown, who last week shut out Hagerstown. Van Vliet looking to his left. In the air, ball's going to be caught. This time on the reception will be John Carter, and he could get the 1st down. Looks like he's going to be about a yard ahead of the 1st down marker, so Carter snagging that one out of the air on the pass by Drew Van Vliet. But guess what? It is penalty flag night.
That looks like the call is holding against Richmond.
Holding against the Red Devils. End of the 3rd quarter. Centerville now leading Hagerstown 14-0. You got to wonder what is going on with the Hagerstown Tiger offense. They were shut out last week. They're being shut out tonight. Bryce Brown also watching tonight. That's a pretty nice television, Bryce. Gee whiz. That's like a 55-incher. Brown's a college student. How can he get a TV like that? What's that? He's watching from our house. Van Vliet to throw. Sets up the screen pass. It'll be Wyatt, 15, 20, and tripped up at about the 23. I never had a TV like that when we were in school.
I think we were still in black.
We were, yeah. I was doing black and white TVs back then. Patriots lead Lincoln. Still in that's a low-scoring game. You know, it's like going by the high school and I see kids driving Mercedes. I'm still driving a Ford F-150. Shotgun again for Van Vliet. Here comes the pressure. Van Vliet to the near side. Get out of bounds. He does, as he'll be forced out very close to the 30. You know, one thing about it with quarterbacks running the football these days, if you get to that sideline, just get out of bounds. You don't need to take the hit because try to live for another day right there. Would have no problem getting out of bounds. By the way, New Pal leading Center Grove in that matchup of two very good football teams, 14-9 with 10 minutes remaining in that one. Red Devils on fourth down. Peter Baugh will put this high in the air. A wobbly kick will go out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Want to remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by Richmond area Subways each day of the week. You can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Thursday, the Italian BMT. If there's a flag down, I will run naked down Main Street, and there is. Are you kidding me? It's against Richmond. Here I'm trying to do a live read, and they're throwing flags. Anyway, Thursday, the Italian BMT, Friday, the tuna, and Saturday, the Black Forest ham. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. So after the penalty flag, I guess I spoke about running down Main Street naked too early, didn't I? I cannot believe another flag. By the way, Northeastern winning tonight 20-7. So the Knights are now 2-0 on the year. That one goes over the head of Peter Baugh. He's able to get rid of it, but not a good kick as it'll go high in the air. We'll take a Richmond bounce nonetheless. Boy, you got to get that football, guys. And New Pal picks it up, and they may score. Wow. Richmond did a brain fart right there. And New Pal, or I should say Mount Vernon, made him pay for it. I don't know why the Red Devils stood there and watched that one, but they did. Special teams has not played well tonight.
26 more on the board for your Mount Vernon Marauders.
So now the extra point by Swingle. So the Red Devils have given up a couple of touchdowns on special teams, one a kick return, one a punt return, and now Swingle's extra point line drive into the night sky, and it's now 45-7. 3:44 remaining here in the third.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
45-7 here in the third. As the Red Devils did not play that well at all, needless to say, on special teams. And now need to regroup, and they'll go back out on offense. So 45 unanswered points put on the board by the Marauders, and Richmond will get the football back once again as two deep players. One will be Marquise Johnson, and to the near side, looks like that'll be Gabe Crow. That is Johnson. And steps in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback, so the Red Devils will get it at the 20-yard line. So now with it being 45-7, the mercy rule is in effect for the first time. And when you get in the second half, when you're at the 35-point mark, you get the mercy rule, and clock will run. Well, you heard that a little bit at halftime on the IHSAA report. The mercy rule has been in effect this year. It's a new rule, and Richmond will now be facing the mercy rule here this evening. And again, it's got to be the 35 points in the second half. Hand off to Bird to the outside. 30, stiff arms the defender and then run out of bounds. On the far side, Vincent Chen there to make the stop. So even though the Red Devils get out of bounds right there, the clock will continue to tick at 2:20. Some people don't like the mercy rule. They think that's not something that should be implemented, but I think you would agree that for many reasons, football games that can sometimes get out of hand in the second half as a timeout is called. Now that's where the Marauders will come out now. The timeout will stop the clock right there. We're going to keep it here for this timeout. And again, that mercy rule is in the second half. Anytime that you get down in that second half, they felt that maybe the reason you do it is, number one, fans really don't want to see a game like that. The players' safety is another concern. And so that's why Indiana went to a mercy rule this year. Well, that was a quick timeout by the Marauders. There you see the Red Devil offense coming back out. Ever since that opening drive, Richmond just hasn't been the same on offense. Just haven't been able to generate much, by the way. Let's give some love here to Jamar Scott, 5'11", 310. Has checked in the lineup as the tackle to the left. Another youngster. Hand off, nothing there. Boy, they're coming at the Red Devils as Bird's going to lose some yardage here. Meadows, one of those first ones in there now for the Marauders, and the Red Devils now faced with a second down and about 15. So now the Red Devils with trips to the left side, and looks like Bird is going to stay in the ball game. Again, playing less than 100%. Van Vliet to throw. Ball caught. Nice diving catch. And Richmond's going to get a first down. That's number 27, Sakai Maitland. Maitland, a junior, 5'7", 140 pounds. Good touch on the football. That time by Drew Van Vliet. Maitland, Irvin, along with Crow, Carter, Johnson, Narcisse, Allen, Alexander, all those guys can intermingle in and out with this offense. So now the Red Devils have it first down. Van Vliet's going to throw to the far sideline. Johnson makes the catch, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. There is Marquise Johnson. Had the big game last week with 3 touchdowns, and he connects once again with Van Vliet. Andrew Hefner, as the Marauders putting in some of their backup players now. So now the Red Devils, with 18 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, have it first and goal and will put the football at the 8-yard line. They're going to have to hurry right here to get this play off as the game clock is down to its final 5 seconds. Van Vliet with 2 in the backfield, handoff to Bird. Bird up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. So Richmond coming right back after the big pass play to Marquise Johnson. And Wyatt Bird with no time on the clock into the end zone. And Richmond trailing it now 45-13. So we will see the extra point now by none other than wait for one more player to come back out for the Red Devils. As again, this will be Pewterbaugh for the extra point. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 45-14 will come back here at Mount Vernon. This is Richmond football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
We are now ready for the fourth quarter. The Red Devils had their first score since that opening drive, and they led it 7-0, and they gave up 45 unanswered points. But, boy, the nice pass play from Van Vliet to Johnson sets up the touchdown for Wyatt Bird, and that's where we stand now here in the fourth quarter. Pewterbaugh will line it up at the 40-yard line. Last time he went short on the kick, it backfired on the Red Devils. He's going to kind of chip this one to the near side, and it will go out of bounds. And we have seen our share of penalty flags here tonight on really both sides of the football in all three phases of the game as well.
At around the 13-yard line, it's going to bring up a flag on the play.
Well, the amazing thing about social media, there was a time where you literally had to wait until the end of the night to see what was going on in high school football. Now you can literally just look at your phone and get all the scores. End of the third, Lincoln now leading Union County 19-14. And with 7 minutes to play, Centerville leading Hagerstown 14-0. Northeastern again beating Tri 20-7. We're keeping an eye on that New Pal. How about New Pal leading Center Grove 21-9? There's nobody going to beat New Pal. Not this year. That ball's going to go out of bounds on the other side, so we're going to throw another flag.
This kick is also out of bounds.
So why not extend it a little bit longer?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a 50-50 raffle ticket, you might as well get that out right now. We're going to announce our winning ticket here in just a moment. So once again, if you've got a 50-50 raffle ticket.
Did we get a 50-50 raffle ticket?
Winning ticket in my hand. Get your
Did we get a 50-50 raffle ticket? No. Well, that's crap.
Our winning pot tonight, $229.
Bulldogs now leading 16-0 over Hagerstown. Got a safety in that game. So back to the 30. We're going to try it again. The third time, and the clock again running. Once the mercy rule is on, it does not change even if you score. So if it hits 35, as that will sail over the head of the return man into the end zone, so at least the way I understand it, once that 35 is hit, even if you come back and make it 35-34, doesn't matter. The clock will continue to run. So the Red Devils will see that clock run against them here the rest of the way. We mentioned earlier that Branton Thomas had gone down. I don't think he is back in the lineup. He is not. At least from what I can tell, unless that's him right there. Let me check. Nope, that is not Branton. Jewel Taylor stays in the ball game. Red Devils play with a 3-down lineman. Sluniker will throw. And first down to the far side. Looks like that's going to be Luke Rapé there with the reception. Little interested here why the Marauders are throwing with a 45-14 lead, and now the officials will stop play, and the Red Devils have another player down. And I'm going to see if we can pick out who this is. Well, you mentioned the Red Devils had lost Sam Gamboa first. He is back, and then it was Branton Thomas who had gone down, and that is Clay Sides. So Clay is down for the Red Devils, and hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp. They're checking out that left calf area, or that ankle. Looks like he's trying to maneuver his ankle and see if he can come back for the Red Devils. We're going to take we're going to stay here. They're getting Clay up, so that's good news. And looks like he is favoring that left ankle. So now you're looking at the third starter that has gone down for the Red Devils on defense. Marauders will work out of the shotgun here with it being first down. 8:30 to go in this one. And that one over the extended arms of number 16, Ashton Gentry.
Number 16. That's an incomplete play.
So now second down as we're down to just 8 minutes remaining here tonight. The Red Devils will regroup and look toward next week, in which they will play Indianapolis Tech. We'll have, of course, a scouting report on them on our Monday news feed for you throughout the day on Monday. And, of course, on Thursday, talk with the head coach and talk about this game and then look toward Indianapolis Tech. Red Devils pursuing. That is going to be LaBelle, and LaBelle's going to lose some yardage. Trying to make something out of that run, but Richmond, good job on defense. So now it'll be third down. Let's call it third down and 16. By the way, for all of you that follow us on a weekly basis, appreciate your support. Make sure that you support our sponsors who make Richmond athletics possible on Radio Troy. Sluniker again out of the shotgun, running that play clock down as far as he can. He'll set up the screen pass over the middle. Ball caught 30, 35, 40, 45, and brought down in near midfield. Great open field tackle by Vincent Narcisse. Otherwise, that one would have been 6 for sure. Rylan Cole had 19 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown last week. That time makes the catch, and first down again for Mount Vernon. In fact, it looks like to me all of their starters still in the ball game with a 45-14 lead here in the fourth quarter. Sluniker once again. looks to throw. Short pass caught by Hurd. Hurd, 45, brought down near the 43. And we're under 6 minutes remaining as, again, we're in the mercy rule here in this fourth quarter.
He gained 7 yards. It's 2nd and 3.
Heard the public address announcer saying 2nd down and 3. Sluniker will stay in once again out of the shotgun. His backup quarterback Shipley's in the slot just to his left. And Hurd is the lone setback deep behind Sluniker in the shotgun. And they're down to 4 seconds on the play clock. And again, they're running it down as far as they can. Handoff, outside run, and that's going to be a first down by Hurd. Eric Hurd, 5'9", senior, 165 pounds. You know, we mentioned that earlier in the broadcast. They don't have anybody of really significant size. Even their linemen all about 220 in that range. Red Devils, of course, have several guys that are 300 pounds or more. Red Devils also bringing in the ball game Sean Alexander, now number 29, as a defensive back, again with Clay Sides going down a couple of moments ago. So he is out of the lineup. They'll save him again for next week. 4:33 to go. Handoff up the middle and another nice run and a first down. And that's going to be Hurd again, Eric Hurd. There on the first down carry. Marauders can run about 30 seconds off the clock in each possession. The Richmond's going to fall to 1-1 on the season. Mount Vernon will go to 2-0. Richmond's again concerned here tonight. Just get out of here without any more players getting injured. I'm a little interested why Mount Vernon leaving their starters in the ball game here on offense this late in the contest. Handoff Hurd once again, and Hurd will be gang tackled. Several Red Devils there to help bring him down. The first one, number 71, David Graw. Graw 5'7", 255, and a senior getting a chance to get some playing time here in the fourth quarter.
It's 2nd and 8.
Down to 3:20 remaining. I know people will say you must be looking at the wrong score if you're thinking that you're still feeling the Red Devils can be a good football team. I still think they will. I think this is a game in which you knew it was going to be tough coming in here, as that's another short run. But that first drive was so impressive. You got a 4th down completion. But this is still a pretty young football team overall when you talk about a freshman quarterback. A lot of the receivers are sophomores. You got guys that are playing on both sides of the football that are pretty young. So to come in here and certainly try to win a game against a football team that is very good at home. But still, it was a 14-7 ball game at one point, and then the Red Devils gave up that touchdown, and there is a flag down. I hope that's not a timeout.
We do have a penalty flag on the field.
It will be against a Mount Vernon false start, but still think this is a good football team. When they, again, you're not going to be a team that's going to win 9 games this year, but I think if they get to 4 or 5 wins on the season, and I think there are 3 or 4 more wins on there, I think it's going to be a very promising year. They can build from there. We are down to 1:44 here in the final period of play. As we mentioned, the mercy rule is in effect, and anytime that clock, or I should say that score, gets to 35 in the second half, the clock will continue to run. They will throw, ball caught and then dropped inside the 15-yard line. There is your backup quarterback, Shipley.
Pass from Sluniker intended for number 2, Sean Shipley.
So now we're at 4th down and 12. Well, hopefully we'll see Clay Sides not be too banged up for next week. We mentioned Branton Thomas went down. Sam Gamboa had gone down, though he came back and played. And so some various bumps and bruises for the Red Devils here tonight as we are under a minute remaining here this evening. Slunica to throw. Here comes the blitz. Gets away from it. Throws toward the end zone, and it's going to be knocked. Oh, my. Come on. Penalty flag is called on Jack Guiley, which I thought that was pretty decent coverage right there for Guiley. Pass was intended for Luke Rapé, and I think they're going to let the clock run out here, though the penalty flag went down. We are going to put an end on this one as the Red Devils lose it here tonight by a final score. Mount Vernon 45 and Richmond 14. We will come back and wrap it up in a moment. Stay right there. This is Richmond Football, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
Final time here at Mount Vernon as the Marauders win it 45-14. The Red Devils now 1-1 on the season. They'll head into conference play coming up next week as the Marauders now move to 2-0, and of course it'll be Indianapolis Tech, our first NCC game on Friday night. We'll have it for you with the pregame at 6:30 and the kickoff at 7. Don't forget Inside Richmond Football on Thursday, and we'll keep you updated throughout the week on high school football as well. There you see the Red Devils gathering for the final time here tonight before they head back to Richmond. I want to thank all of you for being with us tonight. Greatly appreciate your support, and certainly keep following us throughout the entire year for high school football coverage. Your final score, Mount Vernon 45, Richmond 14. Thanks for being with us. This has been Richmond Football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.